Hi everyone, it's Bretta Riches from RunForFit.com, and back by popular demand, I'm going to outline the specific necessary steps and best practices to help you build up to running barefoot safely. You should really embrace barefoot running because it is the best guiding system that makes it easier for you to use your forefoot strike landing to the best of your ability when you run. You can use these steps to be better prepared to run with a forefoot strike for when you run in minimalist running shoes. Essentially, your feet are a work in progress. That's because you've probably been wearing traditional running shoes for much of your life. It's important to always remember that going barefoot directly engages the nerves in the feet, and this high level of nerve engagement is the central element to the spread of soft tissue and muscle strength within the feet and will help you establish habits for better stability without any diminished benefits. The benefits only diminishes if you go back to wearing your motion control stability running shoes instead of wearing minimalist running shoes. So the first and foremost important step you can take is to walk barefoot as much as possible outside, especially on uneven surfaces. For example, walk barefoot on the trails or in a field, and by doing so, you will quickly consolidate foot strength, which will help equip you and better prepare you for barefoot running. So for the first week, walk barefoot. You can, of course, walk barefoot on pavement or on a track. No matter where you walk barefoot, it's still the best way to increase the flow of sensory information from the feet throughout the body so that you can move in the right way. So for the first week, walk barefoot for about 20 to 25 minutes. Then the second week, walk barefoot for about 25 to 30 minutes. And then week 3, increase your barefoot walking time to 30 to 35 minutes. And then week 4, increase your barefoot walking time to 35 to 40 minutes. So this is a very gradual, injury-proof way to build up to barefoot running. The next step is to go from walking barefoot to running barefoot. So in the beginning, warm up the foot muscles by walking barefoot for about 10 minutes and then run barefoot at your goal pace for 1 minute. So don't run too slow because running too slow can actually cause you to thud, and it's mechanically inefficient to run slow. You're actually more efficient when you run a little faster. So try to run at your goal pace. Don't play it safe. Just try to run a little faster. Running a little bit faster than your goal pace is even better. So just do this for 1 minute and focus on interacting very smoothly with the ground. Focus on relaxing your mechanics and avoiding pushing off. Just focus on landing on your forefoot. Then walk for 2 minutes. Then repeat this interval for 10 to 15 minutes. And then walk barefoot for 10 to 15 minutes. And do this for about 2 weeks if you want. And then after that, after this 2-week period, you want to increase your barefoot running time to 3 minutes at a pace faster than your goal race pace. So remember, don't be afraid of running fast. You actually interact more smoothly with the ground. Your stride and your overall running form mechanics actually smooths out when you run faster, especially if you're running barefoot. So after running 3 minutes at a pace faster than your goal pace when you're running barefoot, walk barefoot for 1 minute in 30 seconds. Do this interval for 15 minutes and do this over a 2 to 3 week period until you feel you can do more barefoot running. If you feel you can do more than 3 minutes of barefoot running at your faster than normal race pace. So let's just do a quick little summary of my barefoot running, barefoot walking training schedule. So for the first 4 weeks, do as much barefoot walking as possible. In your first week, you want to aim between 20 to 30 minutes. And then at your 4th week, you want to be walking barefoot for about 40 minutes a day. So on a daily basis, you want to be out there walking barefoot for at least 20 minutes. And you can even go further if it feels good. If it feels good, then just keep going. You really can't overdo it when you're walking barefoot. That's just with my personal experience. And then after 4 weeks, that's when you want to start running barefoot. So you want to run barefoot at your goal race pace for a minute. And you want to walk barefoot for 2 minutes. And then you want to repeat this interval for about 10 to 15 minutes. So 1 minute of barefoot running at a goal race pace. And then 2 minutes of barefoot walking. And then when you do this interval for about 2 weeks, next you want to up your barefoot running for 3 minutes. And remember, you want to run faster than your goal race pace. So run fast when you run barefoot and do this for 3 minutes. Try to keep up a good pace. And then after this 3 minutes of barefoot running at a higher intensity in terms of speed, you want to walk barefoot for 1 minute or 1 minute and 30 seconds, and then you want to do these intervals for 15 minutes over a 2 to 3 week period. Or if you feel you can run longer than 3 minutes barefoot, then go for it. So that should be a more than good enough barefoot running training timeline that will give you the mechanical skills that you need to avoid injury for when you run in minimalist running shoes. Keep in mind that your feet aren't going to strengthen overnight. That's why you need to be smart about your barefoot running training progress. And at the end of the day, patience is key to actually advancing your progress by making sure you don't overdo it. Aside from that, you will always benefit from being barefoot as compared to being in traditional running shoes, because traditional running shoes disrupts the orderly flow of sensory feedback mediated protective behavior, which essentially means that you are more likely to land harder with more brute force and run more recklessly in traditional running shoes because you are more inattentive. Hence, the high injury rates in runners. Being barefoot as much as possible creates the conditions and environment that breaks the links between weak feet and foot pain and poor mechanics. And walking and running barefoot is really the best way to reconfigure your foot health and vitality, which will really advantage you as a runner. And more importantly, you will be more mindful of your forefoot strike landing when you run. Not to mention that affirming evidence has piled up showing that going barefoot is a wise and effective investment that strengthens your capacity to avoid injury. When it comes to running, your feet are the most important asset, which is why it's important to nurture their strength and function. And this is why barefooting is so fitting in the context of running injury-free and in the context of proper running biomechanics. For more information on the health benefits of barefoot running, as well as more barefoot running tips, please visit my blog, runforfoot.com. And please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay updated on all the latest research on the biomechanics of barefoot running and forefoot running, as well as to stay more informed on the health harming effects of heel strike running, as well as the traditional running shoes. Thanks so much for listening and watching. Have fun out there on the roads. Bye for now.